Civil rights didn't write your resume, but civil rights made somebody read your resume. Don't act like whatever you achieved because you were that smart. You got there because some unlettered grandmas who never saw an inside of a college campus put their bodies on the line in Alabama and Mississippi and sponsored you up here.
Welcome to Beyond the Walls. We're broadcasting live tonight from the KTYM studio right here in Inglewood, California.
All right.
I'm your host, the Reverend K.W. Toulis, Senior Pastor of the historical Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church and Western Regional Director of the National Action Network, where the Reverend Al Sharpton is our founder and president. We welcome each and every one of our listeners tonight to our weekly and exciting broadcast, a live in-house radio show that's designed to drive you, our audience, beyond the walls. Our desire is to guide your spirit of engagement to the work and the concerns of our community, to get you involved with our civil rights group, the National Action Network, our community most prominent civil rights organization, a group that's been at the forefront of every major civil rights and police brutality issue throughout our city and across America. We operate daily in the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His spirit is alive in our organization, and his spirit is alive here in Los Angeles. It gets no better than the National Action Network. This is where action lives every day. We're working out of our Western Regional Office located at 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard, right in the Concord Church facility, where Pastor Bill Hemphill on the corner on 9th Ave in Jefferson. Each day we provide our community with that unique opportunity to become freedom fighters while carrying out the platform for engagement. So each week we want you, our listening audience, to become more aware of ways you can become acclimated beyond the walls and move towards action. National Action Network. And as I share each and every week, I am so glad I am not on this crusade by myself. Each week, many of our NAN family are with me. And as we strive to drive the people beyond the walls. Welcome, family.
Welcome.
Hey.
Glad to be here.
So happy to have you all here. Who we got here tonight?
Reverend Nathaniel Martin, pastor of the New Life Institutional Baptist Church, Sergeant at Arms for the NAN LA chapter, and saying good evening, radio family, radio listeners. And we all want to encourage you to join us on this march toward justice.
I'm Jo Helen Shoemate, chairperson of membership and also a longtime community activist. Actually, I'm a closet activist. You'll never see me at a microphone in the streets, but here I am behind the microphone on the radio.
Welcome.
And I'm Robert Bush, Vice President of Marketing for National Action Network Western Region, a new activist, a baby activist, but glad to be a part of the movement and glad to be in the mix.
We got Robert out from behind the walls to the streets. He understands what it means to go beyond the walls.
I know that's right. Good evening, everyone. This is Miss Simone, a.k.a. the youngster, on the microphone. I'm glad to be here tonight, as always. So what's up, Rev?
Oh, well, Simone, we're just trying to make a difference, trying to push forward. Well, family, look, we had an action-packed week last week.
Yes.
You know, we lived up to that middle name, Action, with National Action Network. You know, that's why we want people to come and get involved, get engaged. There's room for everybody.
That's right.
To be a part of National Action Network.
Definitely.
Well, last week it was so action-packed. I mean, we left the studio and we went down to San Diego, California.
San Diego.
That's where God goes to spend the winter.
Well, I don't know about spending the winter, but it seemed like I spent the winter on that freeway. But we
Some
were so
bad
happy.
freeways on that end. You think they got bad freeways in Los Angeles?
We were so happy. We were so happy to be in San Diego as we started our new chapter, our San Diego chapter. What you think about that, Robert?
It was dynamic. We had a great time, and I think it's going to be a dynamic chapter with a great young leader in Pastor Shane Harris. You know, the leaders received us and gave us their sign off of approval to be in the mix with them. And so we're going to do some great things down in San Diego.
I mean, at the end of the day, Pastor Martin, I mean, they welcomed us with open arms. They allowed us to come and be engaged in their community. You know, it was just an awesome experience to be in that city of San Diego.
So,
Man, that was a very powerful group that we met with, and
The gatekeepers.
yes, indeed.
did anything surprise you as far as developing the San Diego chapter?
Well, you know, Simone, one of the things is, you know, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. This is something that's, you know, a justice is being, you know, is alluded to all across this nation. And at the end of the day, we want to just come in and let them know we're here to work with the community.
Right.
And as Robert said, you know, I believe Pastor Shane Harris is going to do a spectacular job. And we're looking forward to all the great things to come in the city of San Diego.
Right.
You know, it's amazing that no matter where we go in the country, even in a city like San Diego, there's the same challenges, you know, all over. You know, God said, don't be surprised that the things that you're going through here, people are going through all over the world.
They're going to do it in Israel.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there's definitely a need to take a stand to the many challenges that the communities are facing, especially in San Diego.
Yes, sir. But, you know, and it's funny because most of our calls here in Los Angeles, you know, we get a lot of calls at our National Action Network office, 323-521-3744 is our number, 521-3477 is our number to our office. We get a lot of calls from San Diego, and we hear, you know, how justice is not there in that city.
That's right.
Well, shout out to San Diego for staying tuned to Beyond the Walls.
So make sure if you have any family in the San Diego area, please refer them to our office, 323-521-3477. We'll get you engaged. We'll get you informed on the next meeting that will be taking place real soon. But Robert, we want to thank you for hooking up the newspaper.
That's a great newspaper, the San Diego Voice and Viewpoint, with Dr. John Warren and Chido, who are running it, and they're very ingrained in the community. So to be able to partner with them in San Diego is going to be tremendous for us, and gives us a leg up when we're trying to get out the news about things we're doing and things that are happening in the community.
And, you know, we're looking forward. They got a full editorial about the work that we're doing here in Los Angeles. And, you know, our meeting, we want to thank Pastor Jonathan Mosley and Big Mike for being part of our delegation to go down to the city. I mean, at the end of the day, we was received with open arms. And they're looking forward to the youngsters going down and working with their young people there.
That's amazing. I'm excited. I'm excited to start working with the young people.
Well, also, family, last week was the Democratic Convention. California Democratic Convention was in town in the city of Anaheim.
Yes, indeed.
And
That's
we had a time going down there. We had a good time there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're thankful for our very own Rashida Kilpatrick, who was there and was advocating on behalf of our organization. And we're looking forward to the great things to come from that meeting.
That's right. And all the movers and shakers for the state of California and for the Congress and the Senate were in attendance.
Everybody was in attendance, and I believe we have with us Rashida Kilpatrick is online. Welcome, Rashida.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Everybody give Rashida some love.
Hi, Rashida.
Rashida, what do you believe we accomplished last week at the Democratic Convention?
I thought going to the convention was great. I think the purpose of us going, and we definitely accomplished, is just to let them know that what we believe in, which is as far as police accountability bills, and that we are there to make sure that they do the work of the people. The community has told us time and time again that they want police officers to be held accountable, And so it was our job when we went up there to make sure we carried that message to our elected officials and let them know that we'll be watching them as they make their decisions these coming months.
Man, Rashida, it seemed like we saw and we met with everyone. I mean, we've been saying names like Kevin McCarty and Dr. Shirley Weber and Holly Mitchell. It seemed like everybody was right there for us to really talk to, right?
Listen, everybody was right there for us to talk to, and I would just say that everyone knew exactly who Reverend Toulis was. Like,
That's right. He's
listen,
well known.
you obviously have been doing lots of work in the community, and I commend you because as soon as you went up and talked to any of those elected officials, they know exactly who you were, and they know exactly who you were representing. So hats off to you, sir.
Yes, big ups to Rev.
Thank you so much, Rashida. But like I said, I'm just a squirrel, and we have a big family here, and we want to thank you and Juanita and Connie for doing such a marvelous job in spreading the good news. You know, at the end of the day,
Don't forget Reverend Martin. Reverend Martin
Pastor,
came up as well.
Pastor Martin was up Saturday with us, and Pastor Jonathan Mosley was up Friday with me. We was well represented
It
at
was
the
a family
California
affair.
at the California Democratic Convention, and
The
again,
Nan fam.
it's important. One of the things is, you know, because I often tell people that there's a disconnect between Sacramento and the various communities. They don't really know,
Exactly.
you know, what's happening in our community, and it's our job as activists and leaders in that community to really hold them accountable and let them know you're not going to make any changes to these bills. We want you to really push these bills forward because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
Exactly.
And-
And I'll tell you one thing, too, that I was really happy with the fact that we weren't the only ones talking about police accountability bills. I mean, I don't know if you guys already talked about this, but Congresswoman Maxine Waters led with the fact that, you know, it's their job to do what the community said. And she she said something to the fact of like, just because, you know, you're out of the hood doesn't mean you need to forget about the hood.
Right.
And forget about what it is that people need. And so not only Maxine Waters, but a couple other of the officials, you know, it's definitely something that's on everybody's mind. Now I think we just have to keep up the pressure and make sure that they actually do what they say they're going to do.
Well, Rashida, we thank you again for your time tonight. We want people to know that we are working. We are on the case. Go to our Facebook page, Facebook National Action Network Los Angeles. You can find more information about the bills. You can sign the petition. You can get engaged.
Exactly.
You can come to our meetings, and we look forward to coming back together the second week of June. We ask all our family to come on out, be a part of our police accountability work. Ladies and gentlemen, Rashida Kilpatrick.
All right, Miss Rashida.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Sam. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right.
Also on tomorrow night. I told you we're all about action, right?
All about it.
All about action. So tomorrow night we have something very special that's taking place, and that takes place each and every, every third or the fourth. Third Thursday of every month. Legal night. And I think we have with us joining us tonight our wonderful attorney Pete Carr. Welcome to Beyond the Walls.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So happy to have you online tonight, Attorney Carr. What's happening at National Action Network tomorrow night at 6 p.m.?
So at 6, I believe it's 6 to 7:30, we have what we call the legal night, and we invite people from the community to come and ask, questions, bring any and all legal issues that they have, and we typically have a panel of approximately anywhere 5 to 8 attorneys there who, will listen and try to give some legal advice and help determine what those issues are.
We thank you so much, Attorney Carr, you and your partner, Attorney Silas, for all your sacrifice of coming down. This is bigger than a legal clinic, y'all. We don't just have anybody down with us. We have the right the right attorneys in the place. That's go ahead.
Attorney Carr, can you explain some of the cases that have been presented during legal night?
They vary. They vary across a wide variety. So we have criminal, we have family law, we have employment discrimination, we have civil rights. We deal with immigration and expungement.
Mm-hmm.
So they just vary. Some juvenile questions, and there are a lot of times that. Or sometimes if we can't directly help the person who's come, or if it's too complex to be handled at the legal clinic, we send them, we give them a referral to another attorney or a pro bono clinic who can handle and represent them.
And these legal advices, these legal services, do they have to pay anything to come tomorrow night?
No, it's free. It's a free service that's provided by National Action Network for the community.
Can't
And
beat
anyone
that.
and everyone is welcome to come.
Yeah. So, and again, I mean, these are professional attorneys, and we're thankful for their hard work. They've been volunteering their time for the last year and a half, and so we thank you, Attorney Pete Carr. If you want to meet him tomorrow, say the name of your legal company.
Sias and Carr.
You'll meet them.
LLP.
You can meet them tomorrow night, 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard, National Action Network Legal Night. Come out, meet Attorney Pete Carr, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Be there or be square.
And it doesn't matter the age, young and
No matter
old.
who you are, come on out. If you
That's
haven't,
right.
invite somebody. We have noted attorneys all across this city. They're welcome to come on out.
Attorney
right.
Carl, just kind of hit for a blurb, just a look, at least one of the more interesting cases that you've been working on.
We've had a case where, unfortunately, it was about a year and a half ago. A man came. His son was murdered by the police after being arrested, and was going through processing, and they they subjected him to an illegal chokehold, kind of like the Eric Gardner situation.
Right.
And he came to the clinic, and he said that he was being represented by, that the family had filed a lawsuit, his children had filed a lawsuit, and they weren't giving him any information. And he was really concerned about that and really wanted, and at that time we didn't know that the lawsuit was filed and he was a plaintiff in that lawsuit. Well, he contacted Nan about a month ago, maybe a little bit over a month ago, and they were trying to settle the case and trying to get him to sign some settlement papers, and he didn't agree to them. And he asked Nan to step in and or at least refer him to some attorneys. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Attorney Carr. That's the kind of cases that Nan is working on. Family, stay involved. Thank you so much, Pastor Carr.
All right,
Attorney Carr,
okay.
We didn't want to just go on and on.
We appreciate
Yeah, I'm
you.
kind of long-winded.
No, that's all right,
I'll be a little bit more frank next time.
Okay.
Meet him tomorrow night, 2828 West Jefferson. Attorney Carr and Silas, we thank you again for coming and calling in to Beyond the Walls tomorrow night, 6 p.m. legal night. Come on, let's give Attorney Carr some love.
All the work you do in the community.
Amen.
Okay, thank you. All right, take care.
Joe Helen Shoemate, Miss Shoemate, give us the community 411. What's happening, Miss Shoemate?
I'm paying the bills first.
Go for it.
Pay the bills.
We want to thank Raise the Praise newspaper. They are a church community newspaper. You can pick them up at most of your churches on Sunday mornings. And I want to give Mrs. Hobson, who works for Raise the Praise, a shout out. And we also want to thank Granny's Kitchen over on 55th and Central, where the owner is Eric Lewis. And they have a radio special. For those of you who listen to our broadcast, go over and ask for the radio special, which is 2 pieces of chicken, a side, and a piece of a cornbread muffin
Miss
for
Shu-
$4.99.
You know they're listening now.
I don't know. Eric didn't listen last
Yes,
week.
he did. He commented on my Facebook
As a
page.
matter of fact, well, I went over there last Thursday and ran into your mom.
Did you?
Yeah,
Well, I asked all my friends to go and get you some good Granny Soul Food Kitchen.
that's right.
And I was there today, and he mentioned your mom had been there last week. too.
What y'all didn't know is my mom's actually been in there about 2 or 3 times. since
Oh,
the
we
last
just
time
caught. We saw her in there last week. It was
Right.
raining, and we ran. I said, "That's Reverend Tula's mother."
That's right. We support those that support us.
That's
That's
right.
right.
So
and
get
on
out.
Thursdays is the oxtail special.
That's why Pastor Marta was there today.
That's
No,
right.
today
They-
is
they
Wednesday.
Take debit cards.
But they're working on EBT.
Hey, get down to Granny's. Get you some chicken. Get you some good soul food. Everybody and their mama love it.
That's the best you can get for $10.
What else happened to Miss Shoemate?
Well, as you mentioned, tomorrow's legal night at 6 p.m. at 2828 West Jefferson. Come out and meet our attorneys if you're having issues, legal issues, in the community, and get some good legal advice. Also, we want to keep Riley B. King's family in our prayers and thoughts. That would be B.B. King.
I'll say who?
It's from Indianola, Mississippi.
Itavina.
Indianola.
Ain't
Okay.
that's your hometown, right?
No, my hometown is Moorhead, next to
Next door,
Indianola.
next door
But
to
I
you.
was in Indianola for a funeral last month.
Right.
And it was B.B. King's good friend, the pastor David Matthews, who passed. And B.B. King will be buried in Indianola, I believe, next weekend. This weekend is the Las Vegas funeral. Then next weekend will be the funeral in Indianola. And I hear they're having a parade from Memphis down Highway 61 to Highway 49 on into Indianola.
He
So
deserves it.
Yes,
I
he
may
does.
have to
He
pass
does.
the hat and go back.
He does, and I'm sure you will be the first
Also-
from California to the gravesite.
On the 31st of this month, we're honoring Alexander Hamilton, who is a great musician in the Los Angeles community. His mother, Mrs. Hamilton, was a music teacher back in the day. Many people I know took music lessons under Mrs. Hamilton, and Alexander grew up in Mount Moriah. So Kenneth Ulmer and Quayford Coleman got together and decided to have We Love You Alexander Hamilton Day on May 31st over at the Living Room in Inglewood.
And Pastor Xavier Thompson, that's my president. I see his picture on there. too.
Right.
That's right.
Reverend Thompson as well. And they're having We Love You Alexander Hamilton Day because he has had some recent health challenges. So we want to come out and be a blessing to Reverend Hamilton on that day.
Anything else happening?
That's about it. We don't meet this Monday because this is a holiday
That's right. And
weekend.
We thank you, Miss Shoemate, for blessing us with the community 411. Let's give Miss Shoemate some love. Want to also let folks know that, if you want to meet me, you can meet me at the Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church, and that's at 129 South Gless Street, Los Angeles, California, 90033. Want to give a shout out to all the wonderful members of the Weller Street Church who blesses us with as a sponsor every month, and I'm so thankful to pastor a church like Weller Street. Pastor Martin?
Yes, and you can see me and fellowship and worship with me at the New Life Institutional Baptist Church. We're down there on the stroll, 8401 South Figueroa Street. I also want to give a shout out to Sister Lisa Mosley, Brother Jonathan Mosley's wife. Let her know I went by to have prayer with her father today, Brother Ray Price, Sister Peggy Price, and we lift him up in prayer. I want to thank my 102-year-old member for tuning in, Sister Ali Lee McGarry, and to all of my members that are listening. I got some headed to Oklahoma, and may God bless all of you.
That's right, and we're so thankful for all of our members. I know Jonathan Mosley will be here, but he's on husband duty tonight, y'all.
That's a good duty, brother.
It's a good duty to be on.
That keeps peace in the valley.
Miss Simone Davis.
Yes.
We are so happy to have you today. Talk to us a little bit about Youth Move. You had something special that took place this week.
I did. So this past Sunday, you could have found me at the historical Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church.
That's right.
And we kicked off the Youth Move recruitment tour. Woo, 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 woo!
Yeah.
I'm so excited, you guys, because this is a long time coming. And I spoke at Pastor Tula's church, and We recruited about 10 members and 10 new Youth
people.
Move members.
That's right.
From
And-
11 to
And we will have our first chapter meeting this upcoming June, so June 13th at 10:30
That's a Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. So every student, I know that school is out. Trust me, I am an education consultant, so I know when school is out, the last day. So everyone, all the kids, all the youth in the Los Angeles area, if you're not doing anything, June 13th at 10:30 a.m., stop by 2828 West Jefferson Boulevard. And we'll kick off our first chapter meeting.
You know, I'm so excited because as we embark upon educating our young people, it's important that we help them to really recognize the art of organizing and the importance of organizing. There's a nice program that you all have put together. There's some different themes each
Yes,
month that
yes.
we're highlighting. Talk about a few of those.
Okay, so we have quite a bit planned every month, and it starts off with a theme. So every month is based off something that pertains to civil rights or professionalism or academics. And we're kicking off the month of June with Healthy Choices, Get Fit. So we plan on showcasing different recreation activities to get involved outside. So hiking or yoga or swimming. And we also have training programs, workshops where professionals and organizations come to the youth to talk about how to do a resume or what is job appropriate, what is the attire when giving an interview.
So we're going to be engaging our
Yes.
youth around issues of their concern. And
Definitely.
many of these concerns was given by our young people
Definitely.
and by many of the parents that's a part of National Action Network.
Yes.
It's very important, Pastor Martin, that we really get our young people engaged.
right. I wanted Simone to give the breakdown of the age limit, what age they start up to, what age.
Thank you. So the age limit is the age group is between 11 to 22.
Right.
But we open and encourage everyone to come and stop by NAN. So if you're younger than that, bring your parents, and it'll be all fine
And
because
so,
they're going to be
so
members.
Robert need to be a part.
Oh, definitely.
I'm ready to be a part.
He'd be glad to be a part.
I'm sure he has a lot of wisdom.
We welcome and encourage all ages.
So we're not just an organization that's for a lot of old folks that's just walking around marching.
No.
We know Miss Shoemate don't march, but at the end of the day, we want to really prepare our
Yes.
new generation.
And it's
Our-
not just. Sorry to cut you off.
That's all right.
I just get so excited to talk about youth advocacy work.
Oh.
But it's not just about preparing yourselves for professional careers. We are here to prepare you to be advocates and activists for your community. It starts young. You don't have to wait until you see something traumatic happen in your community to get involved. And so we're here for you, and we're going to teach you the mechanisms of public speaking, of how to effectively voice your concerns in your community. So I'm very, very excited. My name is Miss Simone, and if you are interested to know more information about Youth Move, you can email me at Simone, CYMONE, wregion@gmail.com. I'm going to repeat that one more time. So Simone, CYMONE, WREGION@gmail.com.
So, Ms. Simone, what are some of the challenges that, as you're recruiting youth, that you run into, or the hesitations that youth might have?
Well, I for right now, I believe that's kind of premature because we just started the tour on Sunday, and I was actually in Inglewood today recruiting youth as well. And for right now, it seems like they're all excited for it. They're ready for something different and a change for their communities. And I think that's really the angle, is to let them know how relevant it is to their lives. So usually when we're trying to tell youth to be a part of an organization or to do things, it's more so of a force. But we have to make sure that they know that it will benefit them in the long run.
And then, we've been talking about police accountability, and most of the young people, they don't really know how to engage with law enforcement officers around the country. I don't know if you all remember, but about a year ago, Pastor Martin, we held What Do We Tell Our Sons?
Right.
We held it at the First AME Church. I mean, these are opportunities to really educate our young men. I don't know about you, but I have a son. He's 9 years old. I don't want him to be raised to feel that police are bad, but I want him to be raised to respect and understand and know his rights as a young man, right? And so these are some of the things we got to get engaged. We have to get down and talk to our young people about to really help them to become better servants and better advocates. Because I often say there's nothing like a pure advocate, a young person.
And looking at the most recent police brutality cases, they're young people.
That's right. Trayvon Martin.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me, that wasn't police, but that was just a case.
Right.
I mean, Michael Brown, 18 years old.
Brandon Glenn.
Brandon Glenn and Venice.
Yeah, Freddie Gray.
Freddie Gray. So they're all young men. And so at the end of the day, we have to train them up. And speaking of Brandon Glenn, Venice, we want to thank and give a shout out to our brother Najee Ali. Najee has been on the case, y'all.
That's right.
And in the midst of him being on the case, he has been calling for some things. He's called for charges to be filed immediately by our district attorney, Jackie Lacey, in the case of Brandon Glenn, the young brother that was shot in Venice, California this week. What y'all think about that?
I think that's very up on the case, very up front. And not only Brother Najee, but we should be out there supporting Brother Najee, family across the county and across the state in this effort, because Brother Ali represents all of us very well out there before the power structure.
I think that as soon as Chief Beck determined that there was no reason for this incident to happen, that something should have happened. Something we're still stuck in the same place that we were.
Mr. Shoemate, it was a gift. What Chief Beck said, that he seen no reason for this young man to be killed. Never, as Najee has eloquently said, never in our history of activism have we seen a chief come out immediately and say, hey, I seen no just cause.
Yeah, I remember the Daryl Gates days. I'm sure Daryl Gates turned over in his grave when Chief Beck said that.
And, at the end, the reality is if Chief Beck if he saw that in one day, what's taking Jackie Lacey so long to get things going?
Call him out.
And so
Speak truth to power.
We elected our district attorney. We see Marilyn Mosley in Baltimore.
Right.
She stepped right up. She stepped up, filed charges. So these are the things that we do at National Action Network. Our job is to really agitate and to help those that are in office know that we want them to, they're there to, we're reminding them that they're there to serve us.
Yeah.
They work for us.
They work for us.
We elected them.
So as we carry forward, there's so many different ways that people can get engaged. What's our office location?
2828 West Jefferson Boulevard, on the corner of 9th Avenue and Jefferson, in the Concord Baptist Church building.
That's right. And we want people to come out. We're there every day. Janet is there every day. Our office is open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. But you can reach us every day at 323-521-3477. It's important. We need you, our listening audience, to get beyond the walls. We know that you have a great prayer life. We recognize this is a religious station, that we recognize that we are pastors, but we are letting you know that there is a need for prayer beyond the walls, right?
Got to get out on the Jericho Road.
That's right.
What good are we as individuals if we just want to sit back amongst the comfort while our community lay in waste? What you think about that, Dr. Martin?
That's right. We cannot adequately do the Lord's work unless we be about his business. Amen. Because he has brought us to this hour for that very reason, to stand up and speak truth to power. We've got to come out from our churches.
Don't wait till adversity knock at your door for us to be engaged. Get engaged now. Be engaged today. Come beyond the walls. Come to National Action Network. We're there every Monday, 6 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Every Monday, we ask that you come and get beyond the walls.
But not this Monday.
This Monday is
a holiday.
We do have a special guest with us tonight. that's calling in, that's going to encourage our listeners to reach beyond the walls. Have y'all heard of Black Silicon Valley?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Beyond the Walls. Let's welcome the great Dr. Lance McCarty. Come on, family. Welcome, Dr. McCarty.
How are you, sir?
We're good. So happy to have you with us tonight. Welcome to Beyond the Walls.
Well, Dr. McCarthy, I'm going to give you a formal introduction. So if you'll just bear with us, I want to let our readers know just a little bit about you.
Okay.
And we know that you're from St. Louis to Beverly Hills.
Show me stage.
Malibu.
Was
He
on
is
the
a
Missouri
White House
side or the Kansas
advisor.
side?
He's a Harvard lecturer. He's a Wall Street consultant, TED Talk presenter, United Nations member, author, Black Silicon Valley, Ferguson 1000, and globally recognized economist with clients in over 20 countries. As a motivational speaker and business consultant, he is has given us a rags to riches story. And so I want to ask you, first of all, Dr. Lance McCarthy, we all want to live the American dream. And so in your opinion, what is that and how can we live the American dream?
Well, again, thanks for allowing me to share this evening. It's always an honor and humble feeling to be able to share with my people not only my story, but what I believe is the best opportunity in history for African Americans. Technology is the leveling playing field, is the only industry where you can make 1,000% return. And I just believe at this time in history, when you look that everyone has the same access to information, has the same 24 hours, then creativity becomes the economic indicator, and we are the most creative people. So it's just giving a strategy and understanding technology on how we can leverage that for the betterment of ourselves, for our people, and empowering a strategy which I believe is the 21st century solution.
Dr. McCarty, Black Silicon Valley and Ferguson 1000, it sounds like a movement. Tell us a bit about each initiative and the progress being made.
Yes, it is. It is an initiative on both fronts. When the unrest happened in Ferguson, a lot of people came to the table to try to look at solutions, and a lot of them were great ideas. I mean, we're looking at the social ills of our people, looking at the disparity amongst policemen and African Americans. But I believe that, again, in any situation, it is economics. So how do you create jobs and help individuals from that perspective? So after the unrest last year and Michael Brown's death, we created Ferguson 1000 to create 1,000 jobs in Ferguson and around St. Louis. And we focused on three areas: the entry-level jobs where people need job readiness, the underemployed, which we call the African American that's educated, who needs to be assisted in moving their tier up, and then the African American entrepreneur. We believe that you can help African American entrepreneurs. You then can help create jobs. So we've been very fortunate from a lot of perspectives. We had a lot of corporations come on board. We were invited to Harvard to share our research. We did a hiring event, and we call it a hiring event as opposed to a job fair, because people literally get hired on the spot because we prepare them for that perspective, and really just trying to give hope to our people through economic development and job creation. The Black Silicon Valley Initiative was a result of the horrible numbers that are in Silicon Valley right now. Only 1% of Silicon Valley is African American, yet African Americans contribute $1 trillion to the economy. Wow. So we said this is horrible. We are major consumers of the economy, so how can we create a platform that will be able to assist in this objective? Hence, we created Black Silicon Valley, which is a 100,000 square foot facility in Atlanta, the birthplace of the civil rights. We have 15 startup firms and mid-tier firms in our facility, but we also have companies across the country that we work with as well. The objective is to grow minority tech firms and to get more African Americans in the technology space.
That's amazing.
Dr. McCarthy, what about your Southwest College event?
We hear you got a big event
Startup
coming up in
weekend.
Yes, we do. We have, again, decided that one of the most important factors is to get young kids into coding. Back in the past, when Latin was the language, if you didn't understand Latin, then you couldn't deal in politics or economics. Well, today's language is coding. We want to be able to assist our youngsters into coding. There are highly profitable jobs in the marketplace, and we know that if you get those skills, you can transfer them anywhere. So we're partnering with Startup Weekend as well as Southwest College to create a competitive marketplace to teach kids coding, come up with ideas, etc. And we're very excited to be partnering with Southwest College to do that.
So that event takes place in September. So we're a little short on time. So we'll have to bring you back again when we've got more time to talk about the Startup Weekend in September. Does that sound good to you?
No problem at all. Anytime.
Los Angeles, Dr. Lance McCarty. Let's give us some love. We look forward to having you back real soon.
McCarthy.
Thank you so much for
It's
calling
so amazing
Beyond the Walls.
and great to hear your voice because I am from Kansas City, the Show Me State as well. So I appreciate you taking the time out to come and speak to us today.
No problem.
Thank you,
anytime. I'd love to come back.
Thank you, Dr. McCarty.
Thank you.
Beyond the Walls. Ms. Shoemate, what's happening?
Okay, this is my last time paying the bills.
Yeah, baby.
I promised our supporters that I would mention their business 2 times. So
You got it.
for the second time,
Talk about it.
I want to raise the praise,
Okay.
the church community newspaper, a big shout out to Mrs. Hobson, who is an employee there. Hello, Mrs. Hobson.
I
Keep up
give
the
one
good
to
work.
Fred Howard, who is the owner.
Okay. I haven't had a chance to meet him yet.
All right.
And our second sponsor, of course, is Granny's Kitchen at 5440 South Central Avenue, where Eric Lewis is the proprietor. Be sure and go by there and ask for the radio special, which is $4.99, 2 pieces of chicken, baked or fried, 1 side order, and 1 cornbread muffin for $4.99. You can't beat that any place in town. And they will also take care of all your catering needs. So give them a call at 323-231-2141. And I want to give a shout out to my dear friend Remus Muhammad and Dr. Stephanie Quarles Jackson.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shoemate. Tomorrow night, y'all, what's happening?
Legal night.
Legal night.
Out,
Free
Los
legal
Angeles.
services.
2828 West Jefferson Boulevard.
Right. You can't beat that nowhere.
6 o'clock.
Come on out, 6 p.m. tomorrow, legal night. We ask that you come on out, be a part, come meet our attorneys.
Bring your questions. This is
bring
where
your
you can get some help and some free advice.
Come on out. And then Monday night, we will not be meeting. I repeat, we will not be meeting. Memorial Day, we will have a little break. Don't come on out this Monday, but we can come on out the following Monday, June 1st. June 1st, come on out and be a part of our next National Action Network chapter meeting, 6 p.m. Give me some closing remarks, Robert. Thank you, man. It was good to have you here tonight.
You know, I just want to say this is last week and the beginning of this week have been tremendous already. And so being in the middle of the month, we've already got a lot accomplished, and it's been really, really wonderful.
It's all about that action. Yes. Simone?
And I like to close out and say, shout out to my family, and my brothers are graduating this upcoming Sunday. So
all right, you'll be heading out.
Yes.
And you got a sister here in the studio.
Yeah, and I have NAM members. Gabrielle Cezanne Martinez is in the building.
So happy to have you, Gabby. What's her position?
She is our new recruitment chair.
Recruitment chair. Get on out, Gabby.
So we have
Pastor
to
Martin,
get her out.
Fast.
Yes, and I want to thank all of you for listening. I thank all of the members of my church. And again, God bless you, Sister Olive McGarrett. Can't say that enough. 102 years old and still going strong.
I can't leave here unless I give my family a shout out. My wonderful wife, Kira. Much love to you and my 3 beautiful children, Caleb, and Caden, and the dog Kennedy. Join us next Wednesday, same time, same station, KTYM. We want to thank our engineer, Ruben. We want to thank all of our listeners. Remember, wherever you go, wherever you do, tell somebody that there's an organization out there all about action. Remember, family, we don't shake people down.
We shake them up.
Shake them up. Till next week, God bless you. J-Mo, have a good night. God bless you all.